Before we start the video, I want to know why you are learning English so that we can make a strong community.
Hello, my friend. It is good to see you today. I hope you are feeling calm and ready to listen. My name is Adam. I am 30 years old. I am from a small town. It is a quiet place where everyone knows each other. Life there is simple, slow, and familiar. For many years, I had a dream. I wanted to speak English well, not just a little English. I wanted to speak clearly, confidently, and naturally. I studied English at school, but it was not enough. I listened to English songs. I watched English movies. Still, when I tried to speak, I felt afraid. My words were slow. My sentences were short. One night, I sat alone in my room. I thought about my life. I thought about my future. And I made a decision. I said to myself, I need a change. I need to leave my comfort zone. I need to go to an English-speaking city. That city was New York. I saved money for a long time. I worked hard. Every day I thought about my dream. Finally, the day arrived. I packed my clothes. I packed my books. I packed my hopes and fears. When I closed my bag, my hands were shaking. At the airport, everything felt new. People were rushing. Screens were flashing. Announcements were loud. When I sat on the plane, my heart was beating fast. I looked out the window. The ground became smaller. The sky became bigger. I was leaving my old life behind. After many hours, the plane landed. I was in New York. The city was loud. Cars were honking. People were talking fast. English was everywhere. At first, I felt lost. The buildings were tall. The streets were crowded. I felt small. I took a taxi to my apartment. The driver asked me questions. I answered slowly. I made mistakes, but the driver was patient. He smiled. That gave me confidence. My apartment was small. It had one bed, one table, and one window. But it was my place. It was the start of my new life. The next morning, I woke up early. I heard the city outside. Sirens, voices, movement. I went to an English school. I was nervous again. My hands were cold. My mouth was dry. The teacher welcomed me. She spoke slowly. She spoke clearly. There were students from many countries. Some were confident. Some were shy. We were all learning together. Every day I studied English. I practiced speaking. I practiced listening. I practiced thinking in English. At the supermarket, I spoke English. At the cafe, I spoke English. On the street, I listened carefully. Sometimes people did not understand me. Sometimes I did not understand them. It was frustrating, but I did not give up. Some days were hard. I missed my family. I missed familiar faces. I missed my language. At night, I felt lonely. I looked out the window at the city lights. I reminded myself why I came. Slowly, something changed. One day, I ordered food without fear. Another day, I had a full conversation. I laughed at a joke in English. I was no longer translating in my head. The words came naturally. I made friends. We talked about life. We talked about dreams. We talked about the future. New York became less scary. The streets became familiar. The noise became music. I started to feel confident. I started to feel strong. Months passed. I was no longer the same person. I had grown. One morning, I realized something important. I was not just learning English. I was becoming a new version of myself. New York taught me patience. It taught me courage. It taught me belief. Now, when I speak English, I smile. I remember the fear. I remember the struggle. And I feel proud. If you are listening to this story, remember this. Every journey starts with fear. Every dream requires courage. Keep going. Keep practicing. One day you will look back and smile. My name is Adam, and this was my journey.